Hi everyone, we're back in Las Vegas for another season of Inside the Mind of a Pro. After kicking off the festival with Mustafa Kanit, we turn to Romain Lewis, who's also competing in the World Series of Poker event number 41, a $2,500 no-limit hold'em tournament. At just 26 years of age, Romain is already a WSOP veteran, having achieved no less than 4 podium finishes during the 2018 edition, including 2 second-place finishes. The World Champion bracelet is already within reach for the French and British native. He knows the way. We join Romain in the Brasilia room, where there are still a few hours left in the first day. Nearly 2/3 of the 900 participants have been eliminated, but our champion is still sitting pretty with a stack of about 30 blinds. Time to play, Romain.
And here we are, 2 weeks into my Vegas 2021, and it's feeling great. I've cashed 4 small tournaments so far, but it's more about the feeling of being back after more than a year and a half with no live poker. I absolutely love it. Sensations are real. Took me a few tournaments to readjust correctly, but now I feel I'm sharper than ever and ready to take something down here. This is the 2500 full ring of the WSOP. We started the tournament with 35,000 chips, and I just doubled up-ish. I've got a little less than 70,000 now, so it's a good start, and bring it on. I'm sure I've played with some of these players before, but 16 months, 18 months out of the circuit, I can't remember much about many of them, apart from Sam over here, of course.
25,000. Yeah.
I've got a nice starting hand here. King Jack of Hearts, obviously an open up.
4,000? 4,000.
No need to do more than a min raise. Got my 30 blinds. Every hand's pretty important from now on. Alright, so my Australian friend here defends the big blind. He's been playing pretty aggressively. He likes to lead flops from time to time. 9-8 deuce with a flush draw, my flush draw, that's quite good for me. And wow. Okay, he decided to lead out once more. It's interesting, I think here he never really has much better than a 9 or an 8, and I could call to realize my equity cheaper, but I think I can raise right now with my stack size and jam more or less any turn. It should get him off an 8, hopefully a 9. So I'm going to raise here, probably about 3 times his bet.
Raise.
Obviously if he jams now I'm going to have to call. I'm not going to be happy about it, but hopefully he'll just call or fold. Oh, it looks like he's got raising chips there. No, okay, just calls. It's quite good news for me. There's 40,000 in the pot, more or less. I'm playing just a bit more. I should jam most turns. Ace of diamonds. It's not the best card because I shouldn't be jamming too many aces here, but I think my Australian friend here doesn't very often have an ace himself. Maybe apart from ace 8 or ace 9, of course those hands are calling me all in, but now if he's only got a 9 or an 8 and there's an ace on the board, it's going to be tough for him to to call my all in here. Even if I'm not representing much, I still think it's the best play over here. I'm all in. Oh great, it's a quick fold. Brilliant.
You have to be Palm Beach, Jamaica. No, not me.
It's a friendly table over here. It's nice to spend long days with friendly people. Alright, so I got a raise and a call, and I'm looking at ace king here with just over 30 blinds. I could jam straight away. I could 3-bet. These are my two options. I think I'm just going to go for a 3-bet here. Okay, that's good news. The first one's out of the way. Doesn't look like he's trapping me with his forward motion. Yeah, fold, that's great. Brilliant pot for me. Keep climbing slowly. That's what tournament poker is all about. Sam's opening up here, just the hand before the break. I'm looking down at ace king with spades here. It's another great hand.
You're on like 70, Sam? I don't know more than that. Oh, well, no, double. Yeah.
I have the option to call and to play against other players, or to isolate Sam here who's open under the gun. I think it's just better for me if I 3-bet, try and get the hand done pre-flop. And I mean, if Sam wants to play a big raise, we're gonna have to put all the chips in. He looks interested, Sam. One thing for sure is that he doesn't like to fold on 3-bets. I know this.
All right, dealers and players in the freeze-out. 20-minute break. 20-minute break in the freeze-out.
Oh, it'd be 3.
We're going to be racing off those 500 chips. You're
Say
welcome
about
to
the
stay and
same.
watch the race off. But after it is complete, please take a break. Dealers, go ahead and complete the race off, but do not touch the chips in the well.
I wouldn't be against him 4-betting small here, but don't think he has the opportunity to do so with the stack. Probably all in, call or fold. Alright, let's see a flop, Sam. Okay, that's a really dry flop here. I'm gonna c-bet with all the hands I'm 3-betting with. I can see him calling quite a lot here. He's got a few backdoor flush draws with the ace high. He's got a lot of pocket pairs that he's not going to be able to fold straight away. So I might need to barrel this one more than once if I want to make the great Sam Grafton fold. Be annoying if he check raises me on this drive board. I know he loves check raising flops in 3-bet pots, but this one wouldn't make too much sense. Alright, it looks like he's just going for a call. The turn's a 10 and it's an interesting card. It's obviously not an ace or a king card I would have loved, but it gives me a straight draw of a queen. I mean, Sam knows I'm going to continue barreling ace queen, ace king here, but at the same time he's got to fold all his pockets pairs. It becomes too hard for him. Maybe he has hands like ace 6, maybe ace 8, ace 9 with backdoors, diamond draw that he has to fold. But I'm really aiming here pocket 7s, pocket 5s, pocket 8s, pocket 9s. I can make all these fold and I just can't see myself checking back the turn now. The question is, do I go all in or do I bet a medium size? I don't think he should ever jam on me, so I'm just going to bet. Hopefully this will be enough. Really don't want him to call. We'll be playing half a pot river. Okay, that's perfect. I can go and break. Breathe. I'm doing well.
Ah, ok. Moi, Pépé, t'es dans le 2K? Allez. Ça va quoi les gars? Tranquille? 2K5?
Ça va?
Bien?
Ouais, je sais pas. J'ai 200.
Oh, monsieur, deuxième tournoi?
Troisième.
Troisième tournoi.
Premier, je l'ai resté le premier.
T'as fait quoi sur ce premier tour?
Monster Sac.
Ok.
Toi?
J'ai 130, 140, quelque chose comme ça.
Bien.
Pas mal du tout.
C'est sans l'average, je crois.
Alors le poker de tournoi c'est cool?
Écoute, on fait quoi. Ça fait 3 jours, je découvre.
Les jetons, les trucs.
Je connais un peu tout, ça va.
Très bien, très bien. Il y a du monde dehors?
Non, il y a personne là-bas.
Ah ouais?
Personne là-bas, je pense.
Ah ouais.
Ouais. Il reste 2 heures ou 4 heures de jeu?
4 heures ça fait long non?
Bah ouais,
4 heures ça se fait long, mais 2 heures, en fait, ça sera un pas item et tout, c'est bizarre, tu sais.
Ah non ce sera pas item 2005,
Ah ouais, donc
ce sera
c'est
pas
dans
item.
2 heures et...
Il est sur 2 jours ou 3 jours?
Sûrement TF, 5 TF, tout quoi, le troisième jour quoi.
Ok.
Ça 2 heures ça serait pas si long, mais en même temps ça commence à 11 heures ce
En fait, 2
matin.
heures c'est court et 4 heures c'est long, tu vois.
Ouais c'est ça. J'ai l'impression que les fils les moins chers, 1005 et tout, ils font item, fin de journée c'est les journées plus longues
Ouais.
presque, et là avec
c'est
c'est plus tranquille.
Alright, the break went well. Few friends still in. Excited for our last couple hours. We're not even sure if it's 2 or 4 hours yet. I'm gonna have to ask someone. It's important to know exactly how many hours you're playing in a day. It's already been a long one. Alright, I'm looking down here at King Queen of Spades. Very nice hand to start with.
6,000? That was a tank.
My friend on the button looks interested in his hand. I've got an interesting spot if he 3-bets me, because it's the sort of hand I'm never folding to a 3-bet. And if I think he has enough bluffs, I could maybe just jam, but I don't know, he looks kind of strong to me right now. He seems very interested in his hand. Okay, he's just 3-bet me 17,000. I don't know, I feel that something tells me they might have something here. I don't really want to jam, that's gone out of my head. I'm just going to see a flop. I got odds, I got a good hand. It's going to be an important flop. That's another very dry flop. I mean, kind of depends on the sizing here, but I can't see myself folding 2 overs, a backdoor straight draw, a backdoor flush draw. I mean, of course, if he bets more than 25, 30,000, it's going to be tough for me to do anything, but give me a small bet so I can stay around here. $14 is okay. Now I can maybe raise against this bet. I mean, it's tough to raise on 10-7 deuce and a 3-bet pot against the button, but my stack makes that I have to shove every turn. That brings a flush draw. Even a 9 or a jack is a bit too high variance. I think I'll just call the 13 here. I got good odds and see what the turn brings. Alright, an ace. It's not the greatest card, but I could have quite a lot of aces here that defend me. I have ace 10, ace 7, but even some ace jack, ace queen, backdoor flush draws I'll always call, so if it goes check check here, I could probably bluff the river. Doesn't look like he's going to check back the turn, does it? Oh, Francois arriving to my right. Ah, he looks so interested in this hand. 24, no good for me.
How you doing, my friend?
Good, and you?
All good? And you'll be dans la tête d'impôt. Je savais que t'allais dans la tête d'impôt.
T'avais raison.
Francois's first tournaments in Vegas as a Winamax colours. It's always a laugh to be on the program together.
Guys, he showed an ace last time.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's not mucking around.
We raised 17.
I see Brazil looks like frightening, or like sort of bad times, or like sort of disrupted in the.
By the way, obviously, you know, it's because I'm from a privileged position and having such a great time.
Yeah,
I see a lot
of course,
Brazilians
yeah.
are having a tough time, but yeah, it's an amazing culture and beautiful place.
It's always great to have a talk with Sam at the table. He knows so much about so many different topics, and it's great to have a talk. Here, pocket queens, I'm talking to Sam at the same time. I kind of need to disguise the strength of my hand here. I don't want to 3-bet this spot, and yes, that's great news. There were 2 short stacks behind me, and I was just trying to induce one of them to shove. Had a little bit of acting on going there, so I'm really happy about the situation. Let's hope it plays out perfectly. Alright, let's go. Pocket 8's perfect. Best situation I could have hoped for. All I have to do now is fade an 8, and we're doing really well. Oof. That is not the flip I wanted to see. Backdoor flush draw maybe. Okay. Poker as we love it. Poker as we love it. There's no problem about that. I'm back down to just under 60k now, but no hard feelings. Played that hand the best I possibly could. Even a little bit of acting with me there, so quite proud of that.
It's could be controversial.
Oh wow, one incredible hand. Francois just bust up the most ridiculous of manners. That guy called 2 people in or something like 3-4. And Francois was trapped by the cutoff with his pocket 6s. That was an insane hand.
Cheers, Sam. Good luck, guys.
It's a shame the table's breaking. Well, that's what happens in poker tournaments. Changing friends, making new ones. Here we go, off to a new adventure.
Sick, huh?
I got.
Aces go down. Straight flush to double gut shot. Okay, show one more card.
Salut.
Let's see if he makes straight flush. Hey, look at all this camera here. Guy with no chips.
Maybe they're here for you, all the chips. Maybe soon I'll have all the chips.
Alright, a new adventure starts, new friends, new table in this $2,500 full ring. About 300 players left, a third of the field. It's time to be calm, collected, and concentrate.
While I was playing the cards I had. English we were speaking just now. Yeah, trouble.
C'est bon.
C'est bon, Mel, c'est bon.
C'est bon. I heard it from you. Two and then
It's nice to be on a friendly table here. Folds around to the button. My friend learning his first few French words, and he's gone for a snap race here to 10,000, 2.5 bigs. And I've looked down. Oh, it's a ace-8 suited here. It's going to be good enough for me to push my 10.5 bigs. And firstly pray that he folds, and if he doesn't, let's go. I snap called me. I'm no good here. Surely no good.
Did you see it correctly?
I love the juice on the flop.
Okay, now I've just gotta win this one. Come on. No king, no deuce, and we're doing well. Brilliant. All right, double up. Let's go. Let's do this.
It's 47.
45, 40,
47.
47.
No, maybe the cameras played a role in that one. Looked like you didn't want me there long, or you wanted some camera time. That in every case is nice. Patience is a virtue.
I do my part. I'm all in like every 3 hands.
Alright, we're breaking again. That's a shame. I like that table.
Hi there. Hi guys.
Oh, I've come to a table with my Brazilian friends.
So when is Neymar quitting PSG to come play poker professionionally?
Oh no, it's not
Oh no,
Felipe.
it's you. When's Neymar quitting PSG to play professionally? 1 year, 2 years, Neymar?
Yeah.
He's gonna quit football soon, no? To come play poker. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I got Felipe and Andre mugged up there, but two top Brazilian players, probably some of the most known Brazilian poker professionals on the same table. Andre Acari over here, and Felipe to my left. Moriave. I think I've played against other people at this table as well, but the names keep on falling away. It's been too long. But no, I know my two Brazilian friends here pretty well. Played against them many years in the past. And yeah, Andre's at the moment coaching our Neymar. He's absolutely loving the game, so I was wondering when will we see him more often on a live field? And it's as soon as he's got too many injuries or he's retired of football, he'll be with us full time, I think. So that's going to be fun. All right, Andre, raising up here from the cutoff. Well, I've just sat down and I'm looking at the pocket aces from the big blind now. I've got something like 17 blinds. I think I'm just going to defend. Going to check raise at a lot of flops. We're not close to the bubble, but it's starting to come. I just think I can't really 3-bet shove here from the big blind, and I can't 3-bet sizing, so I'm just going to defend in king 9-6. That's a really good flop for me. I could be a lot of draws. I don't have the ace of spades, which is pretty good for me. That means that my Brazilian friend over here could have just a bunch of nut flush draws and decide to not fold his equity. I'm going to pretend that I don't know my cards here to remind myself of potentially having a straight draw, flush draw, something like this. I think I'm just going to go all in. I mean, I could raise it to 30,000 as well, but there's no way I'm folding behind, so I think just jamming here and hoping my friend has a king or a draw he can't fold. He hasn't snap called me, which is not a good sign, but you never know. Come on, Andre, put the chips in here, son. Alright, all good, all good.
What's the winning lotto numbers? No idea.
The gun ones raised hit 10,000. I'm looking at our pocket nines from the small blind. I mean, I got like 22, 23 blinds. There's a few ways of playing it, but I think I'm just going to jam here. I mean, Felipe Mojave is a good player in the big blind. I don't want him to come in. And, I mean, if he's got better than pocket nines, it's going to be the end of my tournament, but I'm happy to take the risk here. We're not so close from the money, so... Ooh, Felipe's got a hand, that's a bit of a... Okay, it looks like he's going to give it out, but... Oof, okay. Alright, brilliant, snap fault, I got a bit scared there. All good. Alright, maybe I got myself out of a flipping situation there. It's not bad, it's not bad.
Are we going all in?
We're coming up to the last break of the day here. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, but I'm feeling good, to be honest. Just 2 weeks in the long marathon. As usual, every day that comes up to the last break of the day, it's going to be tough, but I'm happy to be here. I'm focused. Alright, my neighbour has raised up to 10k, and I've got an interesting hand, Jack 9 suited. There's something about the way he raised it that, I don't know, I don't feel that he's the strongest. I've got a playable hand here from the button, but it's not really one with my stack that I want to call. I think I can go for an aggressive option here. It might be the best way to put pressure with my stack. Gonna 3-bet him here. It's very tough for him to play 23, 24 deep, and if he calls, I've got a hand that can barrel a few flops and turns. I think I prefer this to calling or folding. And there was something about the way he opened, I don't know. Doesn't seem like he wants to let go. Oh yeah, okay. Good news, good news. These small pots seem uninteresting, but they're really important in these situations.
That's what they pay me for.
Signora Gatti here, coming in for a raise in the cutoff. His aggressive play does like to open a lot of hands, that I know. That's a monster hand I've got. Pocket jacks. Is there any way to induce him here? It's gonna be tough. I'm playing like under 30 blinds, something like 26. I don't think 3-betting here is great. He's gonna call the hands and not make an error. I think I'm just gonna go all in and pray, basically. Yeah, I think I have to work in a little bit less than I thought, so there's no real other play here than firing the whole stack. I'm getting a count here. Be happy for a call now, I think. But if I can get ace queen to fold, that's nice. Alright. Not for this time, Andre, not for this time. Had our last quick break of the day, and now we're going in a bit more than an hour until the end of the day. We should be very close to the money. I don't think we'll get there today for sure, but we'll be very close, like most WSOP events. We're there or thereabouts at the end of the day. Alright, so I'll fold it over to me in the small blind, and I've looked down at 7-4 offsuit. It's a hand I could raise with from time to time against more passive players than Felipe. I think that raising here against his stack would be a bit weird. We're playing like 15 blinds. And I think he understands that to jam enough hands that I don't really want to raise here. I'll just call my small blind, play the odds I have directly, 3 into 18, and obviously just fold if he raises before the flop. Alright, he seems interested. Alright, he's gone for a tank check. I don't really know what that means, but let's see a flop. Oh wow, that is a monster flop. But it's a bit of a weird one because I have an ace there too, and I think Philippe is jamming a lot of aces there, so he shouldn't really have an ace. And I'm blocking the 2 other pairs, so theoretically I think I should bet, but I want to check this one. I kind of want to see a turn. I don't think he's going to bet very often, and maybe I rep something like king high, queen high a bit better, but I'll probably be betting that as well, so I'm not too sure here, but maybe a bet is better. I think I might go for a bet, but then what will he be calling? I mean, he'll never call me more than 2 or 3 streets. I could have a lot of aces as well. I've changed my mind like 2 or 3 times here, but no, let's probably play it over a turn. Makes more sense, you can pick up more equity. Tough decision, but I'll go for a check. Oh wow, this is completely surprising for me. Philippe is going for a bet. So he's basically telling me that he has something here, probably a strong 7. I mean, I can't see him on an ace. He did tag a little bit pre-flop. Maybe he can have a small ace like ace 3, ace 2, ace 5 that he doesn't want to jam, but with 14, 15 blinds, it seems really easy to jam it. What am I going to do here? I can't really raise. I'm not going to raise much. Ace 7, 4. I mean, I'm just praying that he has something like 5, 6, 5, 3, 5 deuce. He's going to multi-barrel. I think I can check tank a little bit. Rep king high. At the end of the day, we both have very little amount of aces, so he could be betting just a 7 for protection and value. If I raise here, what's he going to do with a 7? It's tough. I'm going to go for a call. And see what the turn brings. Hopefully, no 8, no 3 would be good. A deuce, it's a really interesting one, okay. 5-3 gets there. Maybe if he's betting 7 deuce on the flop, it gets there, but I have the 7 of diamonds. He can't have some sort of combo draw with that. I'm not going to lead this turn, it doesn't make much sense. I'll check again to him, and if he bets again, he can still have 7s, I think, as protection and value, and yeah, maybe an ace. It's a really bizarre hand. I never thought he'd bet the flop. We're not far from the money now as well, so if he bets the turn, he's really committed in his hand. And well, he's going for a big bet. He's gone for 23,000. He's only got about, what am I counting, 55,000 behind. I mean, he's never folding now. If I call this 85,000 in the pot, he's got 55,000 behind. I mean, I just think he's kind of got it now. He must have maybe ace 3, ace 5. Hopefully not 5-3, that'd be terrible. But I feel pretty confident that he's not going to fold his hand now, and I can raise this turn, put him all in. I've got my 2 pairs. There's a lot of rivers that can make it tough for me to get any more action. I don't want to see a 5, I don't want to see a 3, I don't want to see a 6 really. I don't really want to see a diamond either, so I'm just going to go all in here and somehow hopes that he has an ace.
All in?
All in.
Oh, okay, he hasn't snapped. Oh, he looked at his card and snapped me. This is no good news. Has he really got better? Oh, wow, he's hit the deuce on the turn. That is tough. So up from the money. Oh, my God, the 7 on the river. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, my God, poker, live poker at its very best. That is insanely brutal for Philippe Mojave. Oh, my God. He turned 2 better pairs, and in the flash of half a second, how the dealers love to do it, the WSOP, I've got a big stack.
That's it.
Wow. Miracle.
Didn't expect to be behind, and didn't expect to win the hand after.
Single big blind. I mean, you can't disappoint your fans.
Harder here. I've looked down at ace king suited, so that's one of the hands I definitely want to play. And my European friend here on the button looks interested. I've got an easy decision if he 3-bets me. I've got a 4-bet jam with the big slick suited. He looks like he's going for a call, okay. We're going to play multi-way more often than not. Oh, Andre's coming around here as well in a smooth line. Alright, not four-handed. We will be three for a flop. It's an important flop. There's already about 60,000 in there. Oh, I see a king, that's good. Oh wow, two kings. Monster flop. I got two options here. I could bet into two players, and I could also check and see what the button does. I think it's a sort of situation where it's check twice to the button. It sort of bets a lot. I'm supposed to bet here. Theoretically, I'm pretty sure. I've just got protection value against two ranges, but I like the idea of playing this as a check, seeing what the button does. I then have the option to check raise directly the flop. Maybe a turn. I think it's quite exciting to play this hand this way, even if it's not what the computers would obviously do. Looks interested here on the button, but okay, he's going for a check. That's not a card I wanted to see. The third club out there straight away means that I'm no longer in the very, very, very high percentile of hands. Flushes do obviously beat me, but there's something about the way that Andre's betting here that I don't think he has a monster hand. I don't think he has that nut flush. I don't think he has pocket nines or pocket deuces. It's not very rational, but it's just the way he sort of leads it out there, one third pot, pretty quickly. I mean, I'm just going to call, of course. There's no point raising. Sometimes on the button we could be surprised, and if he calls here on the button, he can have some very strong holdings, so I don't want to get carried away with my hand on the turn, even if I feel quite confident that I'm ahead of Mr. Akari over here. I really don't want to see the button call the 26,000 though. He'll have too many club draws that make it. Okay, that's good news. I think I'm doing well right now. I don't really want to see another club, of course. Okay, offsuit queen. Interesting. We both could have king queen in our range. It's one of the hands that's gone ahead of me now. But that's a quick check from Andre. And alright, I could have a lot of flushes here. I could have king queen. I could have pocket nines. I'm definitely not at the top of my range. But just the way that Andre's played this hand, the way they bet the turn, the way they check the river, I really feel like I've got the best hand here. I don't believe he's ever going to check raise me as a bluff. I think I can get some value, so I'm going to bet a bit more on the third pot here. Looking at the board now, it seems ambitious, this bet, but I don't know, there's something about the way that everything happened that makes me feel quite confident. Even if I could really have many better hands, and the bluffers for me are very hard to find. I know Brazilians love to bluff, so they can always find bluffs in our ranges. I could have a hand like ace-jack or ace-10 with the ace of clubs. That makes a lot of sense. So I have a few bluffs here. Go on, call it out, Andre. He's going for raising chips? No. Oh, okay, I was just giving a look at his stack. I thought he was going to come over for a raise, so that would have been catastrophic when I just had the option to check back. Do not raise me. God, he's got calling chips next to his right hand, raising chips next to this hand. But it doesn't look like he's going to raise me now. praying for a corner. Well, he's going to raise again. Oh no, that's calling chips. That's good. Great news. Whew. All right, brilliant. All right, so the bubble is coming up here just before the end of the day finally. It's always like that in WSOP, but it has bust out pretty quickly, and I'm not going to do anything crazy here. I'm just going to wait.
Ça va être stylé. Ok, 7 blindes. Il y a un mec à ta vie. Tenir. Peut-être devenir demain. Faut doubler, faut poster, après faire.
All in player doubles up, and the bubble keeps on going. It's always a strange moment at WSOP, a bubble. You really don't want to be that guy. The only man not to get paid. It's just so tough. After a whole day of playing poker, 13 hours, I mean, you're there, 140 left, there's only one guy that's not going to make the money. I mean, it's one of those terrible feelings, and it can go on for a long time. I'm not crazy, I'm not going to do anything crazy here. I mean, on paper you can be really aggressive on the bubble and theoretically chip up a lot, but it just takes one mistake, one error of judgment to muck up the tournament completely. So I'm not going to open all the random hands of my stack. I'm going to keep a solid strategy. I am tired. Oh wow, okay, the bubble's just burst.
Oh le pauvre papy, il a payé à 7 off. Non, et l'autre il avait 8 et 2 off, il lui a mis le... Non. Ah ouais, ouais. Well done, guys. Well done. That was just before the big blind, right? Very good timing. Very good timing. You went too bad, you went too bad. Yeah, too bad.
Horrible table change.
12 o'clock restart tomorrow. Name, hometown, chip count on the redraw slip. Name and new scene assignment on the outside of the bag.
All right, we're there. Day 2. New cash, 5th cash in these summer events. I've bagged 314,000. I mean, that bubble started to go on for a long time. But yeah, it's often an error that leads to the bubble, and the guy went all in with any hands on the button, the chip leader, and the big blind called it off with A7. Probably no good hit for 8 or 9 blinds. Just want to be a bit more patient, but it is tough after a whole day of playing. It's really tough.
Why one is yours?
All right. Thank you very much.
Shit.
Good luck tomorrow, guys. See you. Si, Thibaut, t'as bac combien? Petit stack? Ça va, ça va. Ah oui, non, ça va. T'as plus que ça, non? Ok, je te fais confiance. Recompte.
All right, checking out how the friends have done here. Quite a lot of a bust at the end of the day, but it seems like a few buddies and us still in. And no, it feels good. It feels good to be back in the Amazon room. Rumors are it's our last time WSOP here, but man, I love it here. It just smells poker, and so many years of dreaming about the World Series, and I'm back after 18 months absent. I mean, I couldn't believe this long time, but I got to be focused now, but concentrated on tomorrow. Easy night tonight, and I'll give everything I have to get first bracelet WSOP. I mean, this is the time. There must be the moment coming up under the cameras. I'm feeling good.
That's one good thing done, Romain. After 12 hours of almost non-stop play, you're one of the 135 players who's reached the money in this WSOP event number 41. Better still, you've crossed this first milestone with a rather comfortable stack. 314,000 in chips, worth 31 blinds. And just for the icing on the cake, you put on a great show at the end of the day, with a lot of aggression, some success, and some headaches for the 2 Brazilians at your table, Felipe Ramos and Andre Akari. This bodes well for the future. We'll let you have a little rest now before the second day of the tournament, which we'll of course be sharing with you in the next episode of Inside the Mind of a Pro.